Good morning everyone. Today we are taking a sixth lecture of this chapter, Major Boundaries of the Earth. Still the nowadays we have seen three spheres of our Earth, which is first is lithosphere, second is atmosphere, and third is hydrosphere. And we have also taken some little more information about these three spheres, and also we have seen about oceans, continents. Today we will going to see about biosphere, right? Right here. Biosphere, the domain of life. In this sphere we found a life, and this sphere are found also in three spheres. See, the biosphere is narrow zone of contact between the land, water, and air. What? The biosphere is the narrow zone of contact between the land, water, and air. What? See, a biosphere is a narrow zone of contact between land, water, and air. As I told you recently, this sphere we can found in three layers, which is lithosphere. Lithosphere means land, hydrosphere means water, and air means atmosphere. These three things are related to that three atmosphere, that three sphere: lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere. And the definition is saying to us what? Narrow zone of contact between this three sphere. That's why we can say the biosphere we can found in these three sphere. It is in this zone that life that is unique to this planet exists. There are several species of organisms that vary in size, from microbes and bacteria to huge animals, mammals also. That means we can found a various kind of mammals in this sphere, and this sphere is narrow contact between a three major sphere, which is you seen in first lecture. All the living organisms, including humans, are linked to each other and to biosphere for survival. You know, all of you, that the life is depend on this sphere. The organisms in the biosphere may broadly be divided into plants kingdoms and animals kingdom. You know, organism is a living thing, and we will divide this thing into planet kingdom and animal kingdom. And the organisms can develop in lithosphere, hydrosphere, and also in atmosphere. All these things are live in this narrow context. The three domains of the earth interacted with each other and affect each other in some way or the other. You know, the chain of food. All the animals and all the living things are dependent on each other. That's why the point saying like this: what the three domains of the earth interact with each other and affect each other in some way or the other. For example, cutting of forest for fulfilling our needs of woods. This is the example of above sentence. What? All the animals, all the living things are dependent on each other. And this is the example. What example? Cutting of forest for fulfilling our needs of food. Then second is clearing land for agriculture may lead to fast removal of soil from slope. This is the effect on soil by interfering of humans. Then similarly, earth's surface may be changed due to natural calamities like earthquake. See what? Similarly, surface may be changed due to natural calamity like earthquake. You know, all of you, that when earthquake happen, we can see in the land some kind of cracks we can see in that land. We can see also water flows soils to one place to another place. Air flows soil one place to another place. Like this, a natural calamity also affect to geographical places. For example, there could be submergence of land, as happened in the case of tsunami recently. Parts of Andaman and Nicobar Island were submerged underwater. The part of Andaman and Nicobar we cannot see nowadays because it gone under the water by the natural calamity. Discharge of waste material into lakes and rivers make the water unsustainable for human use. What? Discharge of waste material into lakes and rivers make the water unsuitable for human use. Pure water we can drink, but impure water we cannot drink. If you the lakes and in the water become unclean, and unclean water we cannot use for our purposes. That's why we have to know the disadvantage and advantage of our activity and how we affect to nature. We should know all these things here. It also damages other form of life and other forms of life. That means many kind of living things live in the water, like fish. For example, fish. Fish live in the water, and fish is also disturbed from this unwanted activity of human things. That's why we have to write here in our notebook what's the unwanted activity of human beings. Emission from industries, thermal power plants and vehicles pollute the air. Second thing, what? Emission from industries, thermal power plants and vehicles. What the industry? Make their waste material into the water, their unclean water. They flow in the rivers. Unclean wastes like material they also throw in the rivers, and because of all things water become unclean, like this thermal plants and vehicles. These both things make air pollution here. They make smoke in the air, poisonous smoke also. That's why air become an unclean and polluted. Carbon dioxide, CO2 is an important institute of air. Carbon dioxide. Carbon oxide, CO2. Carbon dioxide is an important institute of air. When the thermal plants and vehicles smoke spread in the air, that time the quantity of carbon dioxide will increase, and if the carbon dioxide increases in the air, we can feel increasing heat. Heat cannot go to the universe. The carbon dioxide affect to air, but increasing the amount of CO2 leads to increase in a global temperature. That means I want to say here a temperature will be increased. This is termed as a global warming. In the case of CO2 increasing in the air, we can say there global warming. This is thus a need to limit the use of resources of the earth to maintain the balance of nature between the domains of the lithosphere, the atmosphere and the hydrosphere. What the point saying to us? The point saying to us to maintain the balance between nature and domains of lithosphere, atmosphere and the hydrosphere by the using of all the resources. Today we will stop here. Our chapter we completed today. Tomorrow we will see about another chapter. Thank you very much.